Hey guys, this is Stephanie Farron, and I want to do a quick video tutorial about organizing your Google Drive. Amy Slack and I have been doing a professional development presentation on this at David W. Butler High School, and we know that every Google user, from the most basic to the most advanced, could benefit from these tricks and tips. But the bottom line is we all just need time to organize our drive. So hopefully these few tricks that I want to illustrate in this video will benefit you. The first trick is folders. We all use folders. We organize with folders, but there are a couple of tricks in Google Drive that'll make your folders even more organized. So you notice in my drive I have quick access and I have folders. First of all, I happen to love quick access because I can find the resources I use the most. But if ever this bothers you and eats up too much of your space, you can change your settings right here in the cogwheel to the top right corner of your Google Drive. By doing this and then going to settings, you can come down and select I do not want quick access on. This is so nice because if you want more space in your drive, it shows your folders first, and then below your folders is going to show your documents. Now, if I want a folder to show up at the top, if you notice, it goes number and then alphabet. So by putting a number first in my folder, and I can right click and change that right now, it will put that folder at the top of my screen. You also can use special characters as well. So if I put ACT1, I can change that. So throughout the day or the year, as I need to have different folders up at the top, I can quickly change that by putting a number in front of my language. The second thing you can do with your folders, and this is one most people know already, is you can change the colors of your folders to quickly know that if you see the red folder, then that's the folder you need. So changing the colors of your folders and also using numbers or special icons or letters, putting an A in front, will pop the folders to the top of the screen. You can turn on and off your quick access by using your cogwheel and your settings. One other setting we want to make sure you understand is some of the other folder settings. So let me show you what you can do here. Most of you are familiar with Shared With Me, but Shared With Me is a folder that's like your junk drawer. It's all these things that you have. And if you notice, we have another change here. I have a quick access of who's shared things with me, and now my shared folder is organized by who is sharing with me. So if I want to fix that, again, that top right hand corner settings cogwheel, I can go into settings and come down at the same thing. I can turn off quick access, but if I change surface important people files that are shared with me and hit a refresh here, it's going to release that so that my files are shared with me in order of chronological time. That way I can find the latest Shared With Me folder. I can also sort them that way too. Sort by share date, and then I can switch it so I can see when things are. I can change it by date and by folder name, so I can flip my folders around. But just remember that the Share With Me folder is a drop-off folder. I consider it like the late folder as teachers. Everything's in there. It's so hard to find things in Share With Me. So you do not want to depend on Share With Me because it's so hard to find things. You always want to put it in your drive and organize it so you can find that information. And so that leads us to our next tech tip. This next tech tip we just want to bring your attention to is how to search in your drive like a pro by using the advanced search tips. So we're going to go back to my drive again and look at that. In my drive, I can search for any item that I want to look for, and it will start popping up the topics. But it's hard to find them since I have a lot. But there's a drop-down arrow right here to the right of any of our search bars where we can advance search. You can search for a topic based on the file type. You can search for it by the owner. You can search for it by the location. Even your trash can is never deleted. You can find things in your trash can and restore them. You can do it by the date modified. And you can actually put in certain date ranges as well. And then you can actually use an item name, or you can use keywords. So for example, or if you've shared it with people. So I had a person that wanted to see a document that I made over a year ago. I couldn't remember what I called it. I do know that I owned it, and I did know what the keywords in it. So I could change my date range, know it was owned by me, and when I search it, I'm actually going to switch this back to presentation so we can find ours. It's going to pull up every presentation that has this word in it, and I know in my drive there's going to be a bunch. Basically it's by time, so right there is the first one we're using right now. But there's so many things that I can do here. If you notice down here, I've got a couple that are starred. Starring a file is very important. So if I like a file and I want to make sure I get to find it again, I can add it to my drive, and then once I add it to my drive, I can star it and make it important. So if I am using a document and I've starred the document, then when I'm in my drive, there's a button for starred, much like in your Gmail or your email account. Starred items are items that you've starred, so I can quickly find them again in the star items. I can also look at recent if I know I just recently worked on the file. Sometimes this is good and sometimes this is bad, depending on how often you are in your drive. I mean, you can look at use over 10 documents just today. So again, using these advanced search features, using date and time, you can dig into your folders deeper and find what you're looking for quicker. Check out our presentation to get better directions on how to create your own custom search engine to search your Google Drive without even going in your Google Drive, or to go back and look at our directions as well. Use those advanced search settings to turn on and off features in your drive that you want to see or not see. And as we all know, Google changes constantly. So take some time and clean up your drive. Have a great day.